It has been quite the journey. Your ideas turning into reality. You all got here through the physical toll of hard work, early mornings, sleepless nights, and the mental exhaustion of hundreds of pitches, thousands of expectations, and countless emails. It might be worth it after all. The 8 brightest teams, carefully selected to join the road to Helsinki. They've prepared themselves and got to know everything about pitching, investments, tram depots, and much more. And now, we've made it all here. A full delegation of the 4TU and RVO. We left the soggy Netherlands to be welcomed in slushy Helsinki in a spectacular manner. And we're here with a mission. We met each other as allies and competitors. From freezing on the ferry to a much appreciated Finnish dinner. And don't forget the legendary karaoke heroes. The next morning, still full steam ahead. We got fit, both mentally and physically. We explored the city, recharged ourselves, joined forces, and got ready. Ready for the ultimate test. Ready to pitch, convince, and win. The 4TU Impact Challenge.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. And welcome here in the Valo Hotel for the live final of the Dutch 4TU Impact Challenge. My name is Mike Verkouter. I'm your host this afternoon, and I will take you throughout this challenge. And before we start, a special welcome also for the people watching the live stream on YouTube and at home. I hope you will enjoy also this at the comfort of your homes, but of course also the people here. We have a lot of special guests because we're here at Slush, so it should feel special already. But also a special welcome to the special envoy of Tech Leap, Constantijn van Oranje. And also the ambassador, Jan, welcome here. We will meet you later on this stage. As you at least saw, is that the idea was that for the people at home, we will tell you a bit about what is happening here. So we don't have to tell you because you're here, so you should know. Let's say you heard at least the maybe most important part of that video, and that was me asking questions. But Jaap Beernink didn't have any sound, so you didn't hear his part. So Jaap, if you can come to the stage. We will still do it here, because it makes sense to at least hear what you were saying. I can still imagine that you have no idea what you actually said.
I have also no idea anymore, but it was early this morning.
But you did a bike ride, so you are fresh again. We're here actually on behalf of the 4TU. These are the 4 technical universities, Twente, Delft, Eindhoven, and Wageningen. And actually the reason that we're here is that every university has their own challenge, their entrepreneurial challenge. And at every university we have 2 wild cards to give away to go to the national final. Normally that final happens in the Netherlands, but this time we choose to go to Slush. A decision made also by the valorization directors of the universities, and you're actually the valorization director of the University of Twente. So my question, what I asked later or earlier, is why are we here?
Yeah, was that the question?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I'll improvise. No matter the question, always give your answer. I think that's the strategy for now. And now we are here because to celebrate and to really celebrate on entrepreneurship within our university, within our institutes, and especially around student entrepreneurship. We always think about university doing research, creating research-based spin-offs, but not always we see the potential of student-based entrepreneurship. And I think this is a big showcase of the impressive results you can see starting off with student entrepreneurship. And where else to showcase great entrepreneurship than at Slush, I think.
Great, and why are startups that important for universities? Is it not about education and research only?
No, of course, many is about entrepreneurship and education and research. But if you look to the impact we could have as university based on the knowledge, And based on the education we give, a great mean of getting that knowledge into society, into economic benefits is via spin-off companies and startup companies. So startups are a of big importance for university to show how the research and education can go on to societal benefits.
Great. And what are you looking most forward to tonight? The end or beginning?
Yeah, this morning I answered I'm looking forward to Slush tomorrow. But tonight I'm really curious about all the great pitches. I wasn't there in the tram this afternoon, so for me it's all new. So very much looking forward to that part.
Great. Thank you. Yes, Jaap Benink, Federation Director of the University of Twente. Good to know, actually, for the people at home, because that was also part that I was saying in the video. I can imagine you see people here in a crowd. Good to know that the current situation in Finland is different than in the Netherlands. So we understand the restrictions around COVID. It's also good to know that everybody that was here, and you can all confirm, had to be checked with your COVID passport. Most people are tested here also every morning. We got a lot of tests also from Slush, the organization, to just make sure we keep it as safe as possible. And as you can also see, we didn't make it too crowded that you have to really snuggle in. So we try to, of course, do our best to keep it as safe as possible. With that having said, it's time to start with the final. And Jaap said already a bit, this afternoon, the final already started for the finalists of these universities. Because tonight we just give you a quick insight in their pitches, a bit of what they do, but we also have at the end here the kickoff drinks of Slush with the embassy. So we don't want to make it too long for you. So we had already a lot of jury members this afternoon that went into a tram. You saw it already in the video, in a pub tram throughout the city center of Helsinki. And there they got all the tough questions from the jury member about their businesses, about their team, about the impact that they make, about how innovative they are. So be sure that that was already taken into account. But still, it's different to sit in a pub tram, maybe up front a few of the jury members also sitting here. But it can even be more tougher if you have to walk off that stage with you in this room, because that's nowadays indeed not that normal anymore that we have these pitches live. So I can imagine that it is excited also with a lot of people watching from home. But the fact that you're here and maybe not at your home, of course, also demands something of you. First of all, these are wildcard winners of 4 technical universities. So these are bright minds, technical minds sometimes, and they really did their best to make it here. It's also a bit of the reason why the Valorization Director said, like, okay, if we bring the finalists there, let's bring even more startups, also together with RVO, and with a lot of help of the embassy here in Finland. We made this all possible. So that's already nice, but it also means when these people, these finalists walk down the stairs, it would be a bit lame if it's just like a bit of applause and a bit of clapping. So that's why we fixed a DJ. So at least there is not a stupid sound, but a bit of power in there. And you can help. I think we are here with a lot of people that are in the startup world, are founders, we're founders, are investors. So you know how tough it can be to stand here in such a final. So show your appreciation. It's allowed to stand if you want. If you don't do it, we will also judge you by the jury members, because we have cameras and we will look you up. No kidding, but feel free to stand up, cheer them, motivate them, because walking down that stairs and then standing on this dot and having to address you and these cameras pointed at you can be a tough challenge. So I think all clear. Everybody ready here? Yes? Let's kick off then with the first pitch.
Hi, my name is Alex Habtezgi and I'm the co-founder of Flawless Workflow, where we free professionals from repetitive manual tasks that's draining their time, enthusiasm, and energy. During Corona, we've seen the added value of focusing on meaningful work and how digital solutions can both improve employee satisfaction and save money for the company. Our user-friendly, customizable solutions automate this busy work and give our clients the freedom to focus on what matters to them. Over the past year, we've had the opportunity to create custom solutions for dozens of clients and save thousands of hours in the process. We've also had the chance to hire our first full-time team, all while still studying. During the challenge, we met professionals who confirmed to us that we're on the right track and gave us great insights into the kinds of pains our customers are trying to solve. We're looking forward to expanding our solution to different sectors so that every professional can have access to tools that make their life easier, so they can have a truly flawless workflow.
The first one is always exciting. From the University of Twente, let's hear it for Team Flawless Workflow with on the stage Gianni Amor dos Santos.
Yeah. Picture a gray Friday afternoon. You want to go to your family or work on your great idea, but you're stuck at the work, busy with repetitive tasks. You are dealing with a lot of errors. You don't know where to find the applications of the hundreds of applications of your company. It seems that as technology develops, it's actually getting more complex, and people are getting more frustrated. We figured that that's because people are working for the applications and not the applications for people. And that's where Flawless Workflow comes in. We free professionals from repetitive tasks through our custom workflow solutions that comes from a workflow perspective. But let's talk about our impact. In the last first year, we went from 2 people to 12 people working on Flawless Workflow. We are already employing most of their people, and we worked with dozens of clients. We provide hundreds of automations, and we already saved thousands of hours. I mean, we are already changing people's lives. For instance, Jan Smith has his Saturday back. We want to go forward and help more people. That's why we are developing a modular tool platform where the user can find a specific workflow solution that is custom to them. That solution then can be integrated with the tools that you already have, either by automating them or complementing them. Well, nothing of this would be possible without our core and, of course, the other members of the team. We want to save billions of hours worldwide and have everybody actually having a truly flawless workflow. Thank you.
Yes, well done. Gianni, free to take a seat. Clicker is there. Always tough to be the first one, of course, but you managed and easy within time. Of course, you cannot see the time, but they can see a timer here, so getting even more nervous. I just heard there are sometimes some technical difficulties with the live stream, so again, lucky for if you're here, but we're working hard to get that done. And that will, of course, be fixed by the crew over here. But of course, we're here. We even have more pitches, so it's time for number 2.
We are Coapath, and we believe we can fundamentally change the way agriculture fights against virus infections. We believe our binary CRISPR-based detection assay challenges the golden standard of PCR diagnostics. The way we stop virus spread is by making our product simple to use, accurate, but most importantly, really fast. We just happen to make diagnostics cheaply available for everyone. In the past year, we have been going to a roller coaster, winning the Turning Technology into Business course, and the TU Delft Impact Contest brought us unique opportunities. Now, we are competing against the 4 technical universities of the Netherlands in order to get exposure for our ID. We know that competing and networking with like-minded people would bring us the best out of our business. And together with large sweet potato companies and biotech scientists, we want to explore the possibilities for developing our test and bringing it into the market.
Yes, coming down the stage from the Technical University of Delft, the team Co-op-Ed with on stage.
Thank you all. Hi, I'm Luc Beelsborg, and together with Sjors, we represent Co-op-Ed. And I'm here today to inform you about our business. Do you know that feeling when you wake up in the morning with a headache, coughing, and you feel really terrible? And you think, why is it that such a small virus can have such a devastating impact? Luckily for us, we have an immune system. But imagine what would be the impact of a similar kind of virus on a field of potatoes. Yes, in our interconnected world, viruses, bacteria and parasites emerge everywhere and pose an increasing problem to the survival of crops. Ongoing mechanization and increases in agriculture enables the spread of pathogens. Pesticides prove less resistance and are sometimes banned of use. Therefore, we believe we need to prevent rather than react. The way of doing this is by using our CRISPR-based detection methodology. Our technology is designed to binary detect DNA or RNA on site with just the naked eye. And compared to other detection assays, like the PCR test, our technology is built low-priced, portable, and gives a readout within 30 minutes. We have already talked to many potato farmers, and their need is most eminent on PVY and parasite discovery. We still need 1 year of development, but with our team and with our network in potato farming, we will change the direction for pathogen identification. Join us, and together we will start a movement to empower our farmers to regain control of virus spread. And therefore, you must remember, prevent virus spread, test with Co-op-Ed.
Well done. Great pitch, Luc. Thank you. Of course, you can also be seated. Everything is working again, so time for pitch number 3.
We are Bsense, and we are developing an early disease detection technology to detect plant disease by utilizing the amazing smell ability of honeybee. This year, we have built bee training machine that could train the bee automatically in a larger scale to a various disease. We also successfully trained the bees to recognize COVID-19. And the last one, we become a winner to top innovation prize in horticultural sector. This serves as a proof of concept that our technology is applicable to agricultural sector.
This 40 Impact Challenge gives us a lot of opportunity to validate our concept. And being at S/21 brings us a lot of opportunity also to meet potential investors, corporate partners, and get to know other startups that are in this field. We are planning to conduct pilot project with our Bsense system in the Dutch greenhouses, and meanwhile raise funding from investors to be able to bring our Bsense innovation in global scales and create impact all around the world.
Yes, from Wageningen University and Research for Team Bsense coming down, here is Sri Bening.
I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to bag it up. Bag it up. Yeah. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Sri Bening. I'm a researcher at InsectSense, and today I'm going to introduce you to BeeSense, an early plant disease detection technology that utilizing this incredible smell sense of honeybee. Billions of euro are lost annually due to pre- and post-harvest plant disease. The reason is the current technology is unable to detect disease at very early stages. But what if we could smell the disease at very early stages? When there is a disease, there will be the change of odor. This change of odor could be detected by honeybee because they have high smell sensitivity that range from part per trillion to quadrillion. This is equivalent to finding a single droplet of water in 20 Olympic-sized swimming pool. And we have demonstrated this high sensitivity of honeybee this year, where we train honeybee to detect COVID-19 with a high accuracy. So, why are we not applying this high sensitivity of honeybee to detect plant disease? This concept will be globally scalable because you can find the bee everywhere, even at low-income country. And aside of being accurate and cost-effective, the detection will be rapid because tests by honeybee only take less than 5 seconds. We call this innovation BeeSense, where we built an automatic bee training machine, trained a multiple bee, and deployed the trained bee into the bee biosensor. We then integrated this bee biosensor into the greenhouses. By using the system, the farmer is expected to have a higher yield, make more profit, and eventually consume less pesticide. And like the bees, we are stronger in a team. Our team consists of scientists, entrepreneurs, students who wants to create an impact by utilizing this incredible smell sense of honeybee into an environmentally friendly product. So, if you are looking for a sustainable solution, if you are looking for a global technology, or if you want to create an impact, BeeSense should be your solution. Thank you.
Well done. All still within time. Hopefully the jury is taking notes again, indeed. It can be a tough thing already, but we have more to go, so let's go straight on to pitch number 4.
Hi, we are Hable, and Hable is empowering people who are blind or visually impaired to achieve more in their life. Being socially connected or being able to achieve more in life is a very important aspect of showcasing that everyone is equal. I actually started Hable because of my granddad who was visually impaired, and that sparked my interest towards accessibility and inclusion. My co-founder and I are passionate about technology and entrepreneurship. Together, we find it extremely important to build a company that not only creates a global impact, but also is able to scale and sustain in the future. Our product is already in 3 markets, and we've received positive feedback from children and working professionals who can finally use the internet and actually use apps to message their friends. We're looking for next steps to scale and build communities of people who are blind. We're excited to meet entrepreneurs who are into community building and accessibility. The contest is important for Hable to put the Netherlands on the map of accessibility, but winning the challenge would help people like my granddad reconnect with the whole world.
From the Technical University of Eindhoven, coming down, Team Hable with pitching Ayusma Talma.
Hi, I'm Ayushman, and I'm one of the co-founders of Hable together with Freek. Growing up, I was living with my granddad who was visually impaired. Now, he was somebody who was not born blind, but he turned blind later on in his life. Somebody who turned blind later on in his life has to change everything that they used to do previously and adopt the new way of life. And that's quite tricky. In doing that, you lose your independence, you lose your freedom, and many more things that you thought you would do are not part of the plan anymore. And this is what spoke to me the most. And this is where together we wanted to create an impact. Now, smartphones is a way in which they could connect to the whole world. It is filled with sensors. It has the latest technology. But using those is not accessible right now. You could speak to your phone, but then again, you all would hear what I'm trying to do. You could use the flat screen, but then that's not tactile. And then I cannot do the same interactions like I used to do. I could lastly use a bulky keyboard with me everywhere I go, but that's not really a mobility device. So that's why we came up with a device called Hable. I don't need a surface for it. I can use it while standing. So ultimately, what I could do is put the phone in the pocket, put a pair of earphones, and I can just use the keyboard for all the interactions that I could do before. And we're already in 3 markets, Netherlands, Belgium, UK. We just started 3 months ago, and we got a fabulous responses from customers and small kids who love the product. Now, the road to creating an impact doesn't stop right there. We want to build communities. We want to bring people together who can help other people together. So we are a team of 10, and we have 3 people who are visually impaired in the team, because we can learn from the community, and that's one of the great things about Hable. We co-develop the product with the community. And winning the challenge will bring us closer to this goal. Thanks.
Yes, well done, Ayushman. You can hand over the clicker again and take your seat, because it's time for number 5.
We are 2Scope. We observed a high number of false diagnoses at general practice with regards to lung diseases, which is mainly due to the lack of time, the lack of resources, and also the lack of specialist knowledge.
And therefore, we are developing an assistive diagnostic tool for the GP to improve the diagnostic accuracy and improve the patient's care. Our approach is to minimize the changes we make and maximizing our impact.
In the past year, we worked from an idea to a tangible product together with the help of experts and GPs.
We are competing in the contest to raise awareness for one of the many problems in healthcare, and also competing with like-minded will bring the best out of us for our innovation. We are thrilled to go to Finland, as this country has one of the best healthcare systems in the world, and also it feels like the perfect place to create exposure for our innovation.
We are working towards implementing our innovation at Dutch GPs in the near future, and are also looking to grow beyond the Netherlands.
We wish to expand our impact on the primary care with more innovations in the future.
Yes, let's hear it for University of Twente startup founders 2Scope Jordi Boot en Bert Christian van Roosendaal.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. We are 2Scope. My name is Bert Christian van Roosendaal. This is Jordi Boons, and together we founded the company. Together with my medical expertise and Jordi his biomedical engineering expertise, we work towards a better healthcare. Imagine a lung patient or a patient with lung complaints. In the hospital, there are lots of ways, lots of machines, a lot of product to diagnose a patient quite easily. However, in the Netherlands, you first have to go towards the GP. And the GP only has a stethoscope. And that obviously raises a problem. This raises the problem that there are a high number of false diagnoses at the GP with regards to lung diseases. For example, asthma, COPD, in 20% of cases, those are mixed up. And a lung infection is missed at 70% of cases. These conditions have a high burden of disease. And also, in the Netherlands, yearly 200,000 new patients are diagnosed. The total cost for these patients each year are 500 million. And due to the high number of false diagnoses, over 120 million euros are wasted.
Yes, and so here's where our solution comes into play. We use the classic stethoscope to record lung sounds from the patient, and we use artificial intelligence to give a second opinion to the GP to improve the diagnosis. We differ from our competition since we use the classic stethoscope and we don't try to replace anything which will improve the acceptance of our innovation. Our scope is to give adequate care for each patient with lung problems by increasing the diagnostic accuracy at the GP, and on the way we will save on unnecessary resources. Right now we are finishing the prototype and we need still some steps to take towards the MVP and clinical validation. This is to scope, and thank you for your time.
Well done, Bet, Christian and Jordi. Almost time indeed for the next one. You know the drill. I'm constantly walking in and out. It's good for my steps, but everybody here knows the drill. Of course, if you're watching at home, it's allowed still to stand up also behind your computer screen and join in clapping. Also, on behalf of the team here, for the 4TU team, also a special shout out to Paul Althuis and Rolien van der Hoek that actually really vouched to get here with the whole team, but couldn't unfortunately make it. So yeah, we wish you luck at home and hopefully see you next year. The people know the drill here. Time for number 5. 6.
Hi, we are Sourcer, and we build a software product that will help people find credible information online faster. We present you with extra insight in the article, such as the author and their credentials, and a credibility score of the article. We also help you with summarizing the article, finding the most important topics, and relating those to other articles so that you get more information about the topic and get more informed.
We have started Sourcer about 6 months ago. During that time, we had talked to numerous people to figure out their pains and problems. Also, we built our first working prototype that we are testing with actual people right now.
The contest helped us find a product market fit and define our business model. We also made a lot of connections to other startups, coaches, and potential customers, and they still help us along the way.
We believe that Sourcer can contribute to everybody's life. Therefore, we would like to further develop our product so it's accessible to everyone.
Because with Sourcer, you get news insight instantly.
Number 6 indeed from the Technical University of Delft. Coming down, Team Sourcer with on the pitch, Wout Haagman.
Hi, so my name is Wout Haagman and I'm here with my co-founder Christoph Vaz. And we at Sourcer have built your essential tool to bring back trust in online information. So according to Pew Research, 42% of adults in the US do not trust the news that they're reading. But then Reuters says this is 79%. So you see, disinformation is a big problem, but I just wasted an hour trying to find this information and I still don't know which one to trust. At Sourcer, we think this credibility is very important. So we help you check your sources while saving you time doing this. So finding the right article is very difficult. But with our prototype, we help you summarize the article and we give you the detailed information that you need to learn more about the topic. When you want to know more about something, we also help you find related articles to expand your knowledge. And all of this happens automatically using a browser extension that is placed right on top of the article. So we talk to many professionals, and currently they spend at least 2 to 3 hours per day finding relevant information. We can cut this down to half an hour, and we can give them the credible information that they need to build their brands. They currently use things like Google Alerts and news aggregators, but these are very time-consuming, and they do not give any extra information that our power users actually need. Instead, Sourcer gets you the whole picture and credible news and insight instantly. Our beachhead market is public relations, and we think that Sourcer will be an essential tool for them with a monthly subscription. But of course, not to worry, the tool will always be accessible for everyone as we want to help realize the SDG goals. And I don't just mean free, I mean no ads and no distractions either. So we don't make the decisions for you, but we give you the tools to educate yourselves. Our public beta will be released this January, so follow our socials or go to getsourcer.com/slush. For the people here, we're also wearing these nice green shirts, so come talk to us and we'll show you what we have. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Wout. Well within time. Time for the semi-last one, number 7.
Hi, we're Algo. We are a platform for producing circular ingredients. We need food more than ever, and we need to reduce the pressure we have on our environment. We cannot afford to waste our precious resources. But annually, our food system generates hundreds of billions of litres of extreme and ignored byproducts. Our solution harnesses these underutilised resources by cultivating extreme microbes that can later be converted into nutritious and sustainable ingredients. At the moment, we continue to collaborate with academic and industrial leaders to refine our bioprocess. Being a part of the 40U Challenge is a fantastic opportunity that enables us to connect with potential partners and investors. We look forward to demonstrating that even the extremities of our food system can and should be recycled.
Yes, time to make Wageningen University and Research proud. Next on stage, Team Algo with Ben Mekken and Daniel Perez.
$500 billion. Can you imagine a volume of $500 billion liters? I know that's hard, so let's put that into perspective. And for more perspective, now imagine our coffee, our spirits, our cheese generate these volumes of highly acidic, nutrient-rich liquids every year. Liquids that can destroy entire ecosystems, forcing the industry to pay for their treatment. We call these liquids extreme effluents. They are currently an unwanted liability. We see them as an ignored resource. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Daniel. And we are Algo, looking to close the loop on these extreme effluents. We have created a platform that empowers the food and beverage industry to generate its own circular ingredients. Our process consists of the cultivation of nature's most extreme organisms directly on these extreme effluents, generating a biomass which can be refined into high-value ingredients, such as proteins, food meat replacers, and natural pigments. We grow our organism in our containerized system at the site where the effluents are generated. Compared to other food production systems, this has high yields, uses less land, less water, and can be produced locally all year round. Next. Yeah. Industry already sees the potential value of our system, and we are co-creating our solution with key stakeholders across our operation. Pick Algo as the winners of this competition, because we would look to turn this $500 billion into circular and sustainable ingredients. We will demonstrate that even the extremities of our food system can and should be recycled. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Algo. You can all go. It's almost, it is actually time for the last one. As I said already, we quickly jump through the pitches, then to give the jury some time to deliberate, have some people here as a guest on the stage. So before I introduce the last one, so also one more time for you to stand up before we, at the end, announce the winner. And then, of course, you can really stand up and cheer. And then it's even time for some drinks. So, time for the last pitch.
Hi, I'm Emma from Team Mousel, and we created a shape-changing computer mouse. Many of us use a computer mouse on a daily basis. All day long we're holding this computer mouse in the same position with our hand. This is really bad and can cause repetitive strain injury. The now available solution is an ergonomic mouse. But with this mouse, your hand is still in the same static position all day long. Our solution is simple. We created a mouse that subtly and continuously changes shape. It makes it possible to keep working with a mouse and remain productive, while without even noticing, the mouse changes shape and your hand position changes as well. During the past year, we have been working on our prototype, and we're now working towards our final prototype that eventually can be produced and sold. During the TUE contest, we worked on our business case and what future steps to take to make Mousel a reality.
Let's give one more big welcome to the last but not least one from the Technical University of Eindhoven, Team Mousel with Max de Jong.
Hi, I'm Max de Jong and I'm presenting on behalf of Team Mousel. Team Mousel is founded by 3 students from industrial design in the Technical University of Eindhoven. And together we created a computer mouse. Lots of people use a computer mouse every day. And while doing that, they keep their hand in the same static position all day long, which is really not good for your muscles. So currently,
and we stop the timer, we reset it. You will see that in a second, and it's all done. Are you ready to do it again? Take your time. One more big applause for Max.
Okay, so again, I'm Max de Jong. I'm presenting here today on behalf of Team Mousel. So Team Mousel is a team of 3 industrial design students from the Technical University of Eindhoven. And together we created a computer mouse. Lots of people use a computer mouse every day, and all day long they have their hand in the same static position, which is really not good for your muscles. In lots of cases this causes RSI, but in the Netherlands, 1 over 3 persons gets in their working life, basically. So the current solution is going to a ergonomic mouse, which is still static, so it's always in the same position, but it's just a little bit slanted to relieve some pressure of the muscle usually responsible for RSI symptoms. So Mousel solves this by having a mouse that constantly, subtly changes shape. So your hand is every 2 hours in a different position, which gives all the muscles in your hands and arms the chance to relax a bit. So not one muscle gets overly tired. We really think this could solve a lot of problems and save a lot of sick days from people who suffer from RSI, and maybe even cure people completely. So that's Mousel. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Set yourself completely straight. Sorry for the microphone, but I think it was a clear pitch, so well done. These were the pitches, so I hope you enjoyed it so far. For the people here, of course, if you see interesting ideas, startups, whatever their situation is, of course you can join them during the drinks, do whatever you need to do. But now it's time for the jury to come to a sort of verdict. Of course, the people, the participants came down. We have jury members that actually are investors, that are in the tech industry, the deep tech industry with experience in entrepreneurship and stuff. So normally if people meet you, it should go upwards. So we give you, at least when you say farewell and go up for the decision, a bit of the same feeling that the others had, because you did already a long day of work also in the tram since 11:30 to come to the verdict. So please walk up the stairs to your room and we will give you the DJ sound and an applause for your work and wish you good luck. The jury. Yes, we can stop Michiel, they're gone, so it's all good. Pampered them enough. They have food and drinks over there, so they're okay. For the next part, while the jury is coming to a decision, and let's hope it takes not too long, not because of the next talk that I'm going to do, but more as that, of course, they already had a lot of stories. So for the next part, I would like to invite on stage the special envoy of TechLeap. Constantijn van Oranje, if you're ready. Hand you over the microphone.
Hi.
Welcome at Slush. Or
being here.
Yeah.
See you all.
Yeah, it's you just arrived, of course. So, how do you feel so far being here, seeing these startups, ideas?
This is great. I mean, the pitch quality is like 10 times higher than it used to be, and so you've all done a lot of good training. I've seen that. So compliments also to the mentors, and I think the solutions are like are super creative. The bee with the nappies on, I think, is for me the killer one. I just wonder how you put it on, but I hope we'll get a demonstration of that as well. But so you've been really far out in finding solutions, but also thinking about how to bring that to market. And I find that super inspiring, and it's also great to see you all here. I mean, the last time I was at the 40U event was in Scheveningen.
Yeah.
And I think it's a brilliant idea to come here, because you'll get exposure to so many other founders with very good ideas, and I'm sure that they will help you as well to sharpen your proposition. And so brilliant initiative.
Yeah, because thanks, of course. I think also towards them. But do we actually need an international stage for our Dutch startups? Or do we need to do these kind of things in the Netherlands? Or
But this is not an international stage, right? This is a Dutch stage in, abroad, which is good. I mean, the parties are better at Slush than they probably are in Scheveningen. So, so I think it's a good reason to go here. No, but it's. I think Europe is, in a sense, is also has a lot of features of an ecosystem, and what they're doing here in Slush is really top notch. I think it's the best tech event, a big size tech event in Europe. So if you want to meet your peers, get out there. I think the Netherlands, the typical entrepreneur in the Netherlands is relatively transactional. You only go out to meet people when you really need it. So if you need money, you go out and see investors. You should have met them a year before at Slush, and you should have been in contact with them. And so you don't go and ask them something when you really need it, because that's a bad negotiation position to be in. You want them to be all kind of excited about you, and then you give them the cue when they can come to you to invest in you. So that kind of, I think that kind of interaction is not, hasn't happened in the past. We used to do events and really had to take companies here, and we wouldn't find many Dutch entrepreneurs in the kind of more in the European networks. So I hope that Slush can be be that international stage where you'll meet your peers from Europe, but also know that there are a lot of people from the US and Asia also here looking for new technologies, looking for new business to invest in.
Yeah. Some questions I then prepare. I sometimes don't dare to ask, because I sometimes ask you questions before, and I always notice if the question is stupid. I will try at least.
Well, I don't get it. So you prepare, and then you know it's stupid, and you still will ask it. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you can ask another question.
It's at least entrepreneurial and being a daredevil. So that's a good thing. No, but no, it's not a strange question. Now everybody thinks it's a strange question already.
No, don't ask it.
Yeah.
Just,
I do now the next question. So
it'll just
you
be
cannot compare it with the. No, but Slush is famous, of course, for investors. But you also, of course, said a lot about the climate in the Netherlands around investors. So is it always good? Is it also benefiting the climate in the Netherlands for the investing climate to go here and find your international investors, and then because it should also be a thing that you find in the Netherlands.
Yeah. But if you talk to investors in the Netherlands, they are now looking at Scandinavia, Benelux, Germany to invest in as well. So the investors are going more international. If you look at the successful ventures in the Netherlands, they often have foreign investors as well. And there's some here. Maybe you can ask Code Sandbox how they got Kleiner Perkins to invest in them. I think that's a very good example. And you see that once you actually get a foreign investor in, they also bring a lot of skills and networks and other opportunities for you to grow. So it can be very wise in your line of business to look for investors outside the Netherlands. But it's also good to have national investors. So I think investment is, for many companies, is the biggest bottleneck not because there's no money, but because they made the wrong decisions early on. So you typically are working on your product, and you maybe think you don't want to get investor involved because that reduces your autonomy, or you have people kind of looking over your shoulder. But in fact, you probably do want to think really hard and very early on and talk to mentors about your funding strategy. Because we've seen a lot of companies that once they actually hit that moment where they do grow fast and they do need a lot of capital, the founders have given away most of their equity already and will not be in a position to actually attract another investor. So it's really also up to you, and you guys are doing it for the first time, maybe second time, but these investors have done it 100 times or 1,000 times. And so they're much more experienced. So it's really, really up to you to be very strategic about your choices in investor, choices of form of investment, but also what your valuation is and how much equity you're willing to give away.
Yeah. It's actually a good thing what you say, because my last question was, tomorrow these bright minds here are going to Slush, talking to investors. What last tip can you share with them? Actually, I think
well,
this is a great tip.
I mean, and you know, you are all very early, and it's probably it could be too early for an equity investor. So because you're probably still doing research and you're doing your proof of concept, and an equity investor is really most useful when you're hitting that moment where you really have product market fit. Most companies think they have product market fit, but they don't. And as somebody who knows, Frank Slootman from Silicon Valley, he leads Snowflake. He said to the question, when do you know you have product market fit, is that when they start ripping your arms off because they want your product so badly. So it's not when you have like a 5% growth in customers, but it's when it gets really hot. And that's the moment where you need the money. And so you need to have a lot of equity still available to actually then get an investor on board. So if you're still in that valorization phase, which is very much kind of trying to figure out if the technology actually works, that's one thing, but if it's scalable, implementable, if you don't even know what your market is, if you don't know all these questions, don't give away too much equity. Try to find other ways to fund your venture.
Great, thank you. I would love to invite another guest that we have here, a special guest, and hopefully somebody will bring another microphone. And we are honored to have him here, the Dutch ambassador of Finland, Govert-Jan Bijl de Vroe. May I also invite you on stage? Welcome. Tim is making sure everybody can hear you. I think it's I don't know if it's the largest Slush delegation so far, at least but now. But why is Slush and is it like a proper Dutch delegation here important for Finland and also for you as an ambassador?
Well, I think this will be my first Slush because I arrived in Finland in July. I think it's actually the biggest delegation. So yes. Why is it important for Finland that you are all here? I think it's very important for Finland that brains from all over the world and from Europe in this case come to Finland. I think this is a very innovative country. I think with an engineering tradition, it's just not always so noticeable and not always that known that they have this. If we think of the north of Europe and innovation and what have you, perhaps some will think more of Sweden or Denmark and not immediately of Finland. But Finland has this tradition and has developed this innovation very quickly. And it's very important that a sort of fresh blood comes in from abroad to expand that.
Okay. And the embassy, of course, is playing also a role in Slush, of course. We worked greatly already with Ilona and your team. Why is the embassy also playing a role in this?
Well, I think Slush marries nicely the policy priorities that we have as an embassy. The Netherlands and Finland like to see themselves as front runners in the green transition in Europe, which entails a lot of innovation. This also ties in nicely with our economic diplomacy, the work that we do to support Dutch companies coming to Finland. For example, also in fields like the circular economy, digitalization. And Slush is sort of in that same sphere. And that is why it is important for us also to be here and to support all of you. Thank you.
Right. A final question, maybe because you're the most, I wouldn't say maybe the most experienced person because you're just arrived indeed in Finland, but you should at least give the best tip for the people. Maybe then you give the best tip on how to approach investors. Can you already give the best tip how to approach Finland? It's really cold here, so that is noticeable, not if you watch at home, but believe me, it's really cold.
Well, return to Finland when the weather is nicer. This is really a great country to explore. Otherwise, when it comes to slush, some of you may know it already, but if you don't, take it all in. It's worth it, and there's so many stages, there's so many things going on, side events, what have you, so take it all in and benefit from it, and make sure that you return to the Netherlands completely wasted, but satisfied nevertheless.
Thank you.
And real Finns you meet in the sauna. So, it's something you can't avoid. So you probably end up in the East Sea, steaming, and I don't say it's pleasurable, but it's something you need to do if you are really, engaging in Finland.
Yeah, I have to say, like the people here can see it, but the people at home maybe not. But here, they're like it's a huge auditorium with rooms. These are the hotel rooms, and a person actually said also to me like, my room doesn't have daylight, and I already said like, hey, that's good, no worries. Like there is in Finland at this time of the year no daylight. So when you arrive at Slush, you go at 10, it's still dark. When you come back around 4, it's already dark. So. So indeed, then proper sauna indeed, and also making your time useful with investors makes sense. I have like an earpiece in not only to hear the DJ even better and also you, but also I heard that the jury came to a verdict. Of course, the ambassador is going to hand out a prize. Consta, you're free to stay. You can also do the confetti cannon if you want to. But you can also go to your place if you want. Can I get your microphone? Yeah. Great, thank you for your wall. And also being an advocate for startups and giving this as a special envoy for TechLeap. So thanks also for that. Jury, you came to a verdict. So may I invite you back downstairs? Yes, Julia, I already gave you the microphone and invite you. Before I give you also the word, we already said it to at least the finalists here. There is some great news regarding like the prize, like the trophy, because at Rouline's home, what I already said, she's not here, but the trophy that we ordered arrived on Monday. But we were here already on Monday. So thanks to a local shop, so we invested in the local economy here, we quickly ordered another trophy. So the winner actually gets 2 trophies this year, one here and the other one that is still waiting for you in the Netherlands. Julia, you were here during the day. Yeah. How was it?
It was really good, and thank you for all the pictures. The pictures were really amazing, and we've been hearing all the 8 pitches, and you've presented really well already during the sightseeing session in the tram and now here today.
That's great indeed, and you of course are from Finland.
Yes.
So I heard you actually are going to the Netherlands.
Yes, I went to I'm going to, and I went to there already.
Yeah, so I think it's already nice that you represent the jury indeed. So it's a proper mix, like we all have that thing, like with the flag
Maybe
of Finland.
Give me one of those.
The Netherlands for sure, indeed. So, that you should know. I've also heard that we of course have the winner of the Dutch 40U Impact Challenge, but the jury said like, yeah, but we need to announce a few at least. Note down that there are a few extra things that are also really worth saying. So
yeah. So when we were trying to do the decision, we wanted to mention 2 teams before we invite the winners to the stage. So we wanted to mention the best pitch and the runner-up for the competition.
Let's start with the... And at the end we do the Dutch for the winners, so we keep it exciting, but let's start with the best pitch.
Okay, so...
And we give you an applause, so you don't have to come forward, so stay seated, but we will give you a big round of applause.
Okay, so for the best pitch, we decided this was actually really good, really unanimous vote before we get here, and in here we kind of like you were really good here. So really good delivered pitch, and the best pitch at the finals of 4TU Impact Challenge is Koa Patch.
Congratulations! Congratulations, Koa.
Congratulations.
Something you can bring home at least already, but still, you're still in running in for...
Yes. So next up, let's move to the runner-up that we wanted to mention here as well. This team showed a great passion and had a really unique idea. And the team showed a great mix of deep tech and nature. So the runner-up is B-Sense.
Congratulations, B-Sense. Really well done. Okay. Well done. And then it's actually almost time to announce and then I will be a bit annoying in between. We are not going to make it any longer. We are still on schedule, so I can do, but I don't. But I like it more always than when the winner is there, you come to the stage, then these nice people of the student union of the University of Twente are popping things, and because I know the two of them, I will make sure I'm out of the way, because they're pointing already towards me.
I run as well?
Yeah, you should run. You don't trust them. But you have to stay, because you have to hand out the prize. So we hope to see you. Because before we do that, I'm not going to talk any longer. I quickly want to just say thank you for the people watching from home, joining us during this live stream. We don't know where we are next year with the Dutch 4TU Impact Challenge, but for sure we are back then also with these kind of things. I already want to thank everybody that came here. Also, of course, the finalists. You all are winners actually from your universities that brought you already to Slush. If people here know that you had to pay for it, they didn't pay a single thing so far. So it's also a real prize. So let's give one more round of applause for the finalists at least. A big thank you, of course, to the jury so far, indeed. Also a round of applause for them. We have to do that part now, because if they disagree, of course, then they will not applaud anymore. Also, thank you, of course, to the people of the Falo Hotel, the technical pod, Westbound Travel, for fixing all these kind of things. Of course, Michiel Krake, the DJ. But we will enjoy him even more, because after this, we will kick off Slush with the embassy drinks. Here at the Suo bar, and also Michiel Krake will be the DJ over there. So you will quickly hear another music, and then we run there, and then he's like, hey, is that his brother? No, it's the same guy, just there. I think all is clear now, eh? So it's now time for me to get out of the way.
Okay.
It's up to you. If you get announced as the winner, of course, come forward. The moment you're here, the confetti is there, because otherwise you're here and then the confetti is already there, so it's also for you. Team Student Union ready? Michiel ready with like the nice champions music kind of sound? Ambassador ready? Then I thank you also for tonight, and the last words to announce the winner are for you.
Yes. So, last but not least, we have the winner of 4TU Impact Challenge 2021. This team knew their customer, and they showed great intrinsic motivation and good plans for future development. In short, they had the product and it works, and they know their customer. And their customers like it in all ages. The winner of the 4TU Impact Challenge 2021 is Hable.
I'm begging loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you. So put your loving hand out, darling. I'm begging, begging you. So put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you. So put your loving hands out, darling. Riding high when I was king.
Dutch 4TU Impact Challenge. Congratulations. I said I didn't come back. I have no microphone. Ambassador, you still have a microphone? Then at least, of course, we give you the to say a few things.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks to the jury for selecting us. It was a great experience. It's been only 2 days now, but a great crowd. We met so many nice entrepreneurs, and working on their challenge, thinking about it, is just a different mindset. So I really enjoy the energy that the Dutch delegation has. Really enjoy the atmosphere around, and looking forward to the next 2 days. Really excited about Slush.
Yes, so thank you, everyone. It's been really great so far. I really like the environment here. Everyone's so excited. All these startups, you really get a good momentum from it. Of course, so many thanks to the jury. Thanks for choosing us. We're very happy with it. I'm super excited about the next few days. Come definitely talk to us after the borrel, and we'll have a lot of fun. Thanks.
Great.
Borrel.
Hebel. Again, as being said, yeah, you can keep the microphone not, but that's the thing for you. As being said, thanks again also, Nina, for helping at least ours out during this final. For the people at home, we know it's still 40 in the Netherlands, but in this situation, just close down your laptop, take a drink at home. We will have a few drinks over here. Thanks all for coming. Michiel, it's time to close it off here, and let's kick off the embassy drinks in the other room. Thank you for joining the Dutch 4TU Impact Challenge.